This is video 2 for Flute Tech. Over this video we'll discuss posture, hand position, and balance with the flute. The posture you should have with the flute is generally the same as a lot of woodwind instruments. You should be sitting straight up, your feet flat on the floor. Sometimes some students who are taller, shorter, such and more need to have their feet bent in such a way as they can comfortably sit on the floor. That is generally okay as long as the student is still producing a good tone within themselves. Sometimes this can be rectified by having multiple chairs for taller people or smaller chairs for smaller students. You should be sitting, you don't have to sit necessarily on the edge of the seat as long as you're sitting straight up and down. That being said, it doesn't mean to arch your back, but rather keep your back relaxed and straight. One of the things Dr. Larges told us was the wall method, which means sitting against a wall where you have to keep your back flat against the wall without arching your back, because that can cause problems later on in the future. Since you're going to be holding your flute up in the air, your arms are going to be constantly up. If you're arching your back, that's just going to cause lots of problems later on in the future. You should always, you can find your balance point within your hips by taking your hips and rolling them up, backwards, forwards, side to side, until you find that general natural point that your hips want to set. So with your hips set, your back straight, not arched, you should be having good posture. So your back should be generally straight, not arched, but straight. My back's generally arched because I'm a larger person, and so my back has a tendency to be archy. Your shoulders need to be relaxed, not tensed, because they're going to be doing a lot of the work when your arms are up. So if you have tense shoulders, you're not going to be able to move as freely as you need to be to play the flute. So relax your shoulders, keep your back straight, balance on your hips, and it's a good posture to have without your flute. Now, when you get your flute, we're going to strive to have little tension. So shake out all the tension now. So you're going to grasp your flute, and the hand position on your flute is going to be the keys like this. You're going to have these two keys here. Your first finger is going to go there. Then you're going to skip one key. Your third's going to go on that. Fourth one is going to be controlling this whisper key here. So you have 1, 2, 3. Then your pinky on the whisper key. Your next fingers are going to skip 2 keys. This key's in the middle. Don't need to be compressed because they can be controlled by other keys on the instrument. There's 1, 2, and 3 closest to your foot joint. So the 3 keys are closest to your foot joint without going onto your foot joint. And then your pinky is going to set on this key here, kind of flat, hilly shaped key. This one right here. 1, 2, 3, finger. Now when you're setting your fingers on the instrument, you're not going to have a claw, you're going to be pancake hands, but you want to naturally curve your fingers so they're lightly depressing without any tension. Your thumb is going to set on this back key, long key right here on this bottom side. So your thumb's going to go there, first finger, second, third, and then 1, 2, 3, and then your pinky. Now when you're holding the flute, you need to remember your balance points, which is your right thumb, which should be underneath the F key, which is your first finger on this side. It's kind of like you're pinching the flute. Your other one is on your left index finger, not on your thumb. A lot of students will try to balance it on their thumb when they're not playing on that key. That becomes bad in the future when they need to go back and forth between the B key. Your 2 balance points between that and that. And everything's going to be really loose, no tension to it. Then when you bring the flute up to you, it's going to be a 90-degree angle to your body. If you tilt your head a little bit, make sure you tilt your head with it. So about there would be generally okay. Really no tension here, because any tension you have is just going to be more stress on you and the instrument, so you won't be able to play as fast as parts. When you're sitting in the chair with your stand in front of you, you need to turn your chair at least to a 45-degree angle from your stand. So as to not hit the person next to you, as well as able to project your sound. So stand in front of you, you're going to play generally like this. Sound beam, yeah. Like that. So you can hold the instrument out in front of you like a clarinet. It's the same kind of position. Flute, flute, clarinet, flute. Same kind of position, except you're just sideways. Anything else you need to talk about? Yep, so just overall, just remember to have your balance points on your thumb and your left index finger, not your left thumb. Your thumb is going to set on that long flat key on the back. First and third fingers, 1, 2, 3, your pinky. Loosely, without clawing, flatting, just naturally let your fingers curve over the pads and lightly push down on them. Your shoulders need to be relaxed. Your back needs to be straight but not arched. You need to have balance in your hips and your feet flat on the floor so you can take in a good breath and play the flute really well. That's the end of video 2. I covered the hand position, balance, and posture.